Evening, guys. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown. Tonight I've actually been working on the new chicken tractor slash hen house slash big hoop coop. I call it a lot of different things, but we're building a new one and I wanted to give you all a rundown. I'm not going to do a time lapse of me building it or anything like that, but I do have it set up, and I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you all what it looks like so far. All right, guys, so you probably saw on the other one that the wall was really short. I believe there was only about 10 inches of space between the two runners on the other one. Now we've got 2 feet of space. That's really going to help us with stability. And this time I'm actually pre-building a shelf for the nesting boxes and the dust box and possibly the water tank. So the wall to the coop will actually stop here, and all of this will be built on the external of the coop this time. Instead of just the rollout section being on the outside, the whole nesting box will be on the outside. And I guess it may actually have to end here unless I put another set of PVC squeezed into here, because basically that PVC is what holds my chicken wire up and over. And then I still have some more of this tin that we built this out of, where we left this whole side off here, and the back side we didn't finish in. We've got all that tin left over, so I'll do the same where I put tin over about half of it. Hopefully maybe even build the top of the chicken coop out of tin this time. And it'll make it a lot lighter than having the whole wood. It'll just be a wood frame with tin going over it. That'll make it a lot lighter. And well, time for an update. I did go ahead and cut that one down to match the length on this side. I went ahead, I was drawing on it. Then I went ahead and used a 2x4 on the back just for some added support. I was gonna do a 1x4, but it was just a little flimsy, so I didn't want to do that. This is the 1x4 that I was gonna use. Would it have worked? Maybe, but like I said, I want to put the water jug back here, and that's a pretty heavy thing. So if that does get put back here, I want to have a lot of support. So I put that back there. It's just screwed in on the ends, and then I built this frame. This is going to be the bottom of the nesting box. I've already got the door here, which will be on the exterior of the coop, or of the nesting box. Well, actually, yes, of the coop, so that we can get the eggs from the outside. Now, that is a kind of a tight squeeze. On the last one, I used a 6-inch plank, but I mean, we should be able to get in there and get the eggs. Won't be too bad. I'll put in some pocket holes here, probably maybe 2 here or 2 here or something, to tie that down to the 2x4. I'll measure this one out, put one here to do the same there. And in the back, I'll probably have it resting. I don't know if I'm gonna go on the front of this 2x4 or the back, or maybe right in the middle. Either way, we'll do some pocket holes here in the middle and on the end, tie it into the 2x4 in the back. Good afternoon, guys. I'm back working on the chicken coop today. And since the last time I was out here, I've really put a lot of thought into these nesting boxes. And unfortunately, I think I'm going to scrap what I've already done and redesign it. Let me turn the camera around and show y'all what I'm thinking. So y'all saw this in the last clip that I made. Similar to my other one, just a little bit more compact, and it's going to be a little more well built. I might still build this and either just finish it up and save it, or maybe replace the one on that chicken coop out there with this one. It's gonna be a little bit lighter, but I don't know. Let's get it out of the way. Let me show you what I'm thinking now. Maybe just use it as a ladder. Anyways, I'm thinking the same dimensions, being 5 feet, 60 inches down, but I'm thinking I'll just use this as the nesting box. Put some 1x4s in here to divide it, similar to that, for the individual nesting boxes. And instead of having the egg rollback method like this one and the other one that I built, I'm thinking I'll just make a door on the back side that opens up the whole back side of the nesting boxes. So it will just fold down, have a catch on it so it doesn't go too far. The roof will be slanted, made of tin. The front openings will be something, I haven't decided yet. But I was looking at this, and instead of building something that would sit on here, it seems like it would be less weight if I just used the existing structure. Good evening, guys. I just wanted to wrap up part one of the hoop coop build real quick. I had filmed some of this before we got the camera, and I couldn't get it off of my phone. Every time I tried to load it onto the laptop, it just kept failing. So I'm just going to reiterate what was said in that video, plus the additional work that I've done so far, and that will conclude video one, or part one, of the hoop coop build. And so basically what we've done here is before, these were the two 2x4s here, and here. Just like on the other prototype that I built of the nesting box, I have these dividers in here every 12 inches. Instead of 50 inches, I went 48 inches. That way I've got 4 nesting boxes, and the center support wasn't in the middle of one of the nesting boxes, on the front and the back. On the top side here, I just built a simple frame of these one by, or I don't know what it is, half by 1 or 1 by 2 or whatever this little stuff is here. Basically just built a frame around the top, screwed this down, used that tin like I mentioned on the top, the sides, and the back. And this is just a little trim board here to kind of give them a little bit of privacy. I've seen some people actually, they put up like curtains and the chickens go in there. They prefer it dark. And anyways, I think the most genius part of this build that I've come up with so far, and this was just me thinking, some people may have done this before, but the bottom of the nesting boxes is that 3/4 inch hardware cloth that I found on those existing chicken coop doors. But it is a trap door, so it's on hinges already. I'll have a latch or 2 latches somehow on the bottom here. And then when we're ready to, after we've taken the eggs out and we're ready to change out the nesting material, we just drop it, and all the nesting material and chicken poop will just go on the ground. We'll move the chicken tractor and leave it behind. Also, the back side, like I mentioned, is going to be hinged to get the eggs out. This is a pretty common way of doing it right here. Just got this piece of wood holding it up for now, but you know, just go in and you'll have your material, nesting material, and your eggs and everything will be right there. Got to get a latch for this. 2, I'm probably going to do 2, probably do 1 here and 1 there. You want something that's kind of predator proof so that they can't, you know, just accidentally bump one latch and then it fall out and then get in there. Same with the bottom. The bottom actually, since we're not going to be using that one as much, I might even come up with more of like a semi-permanent, something a little bit more secure than a latch. Got a couple things I need to finish up. My screws are a little long here in the middle, so we'll have to come in and cut those off. Another one over there, probably one at the top too, just to keep the chickens safe. And I think it's turning out pretty good. I decided to take my time. Only thing so far that I think I could have done better is this top piece. I could have made it a little bit longer this direction so that I had a little excess hanging off, so that when that's closed, any rainwater will go over it Right now my fear is basically the range is going to come off and fall right in there, which it'll just go out the bottom, but still it's a little bit of moisture in there that doesn't have to be. If it becomes an issue, I'll redo that top piece. It's not a big deal. I'm just very frugal and don't like wasting material, so we're gonna leave it, and if I decide to change it later, we're gonna change it. That's gonna be it for tonight, guys. Like I said, I just wanted to wrap this part 1 up real quick so that I could publish it. This was the last video that I was waiting on, and I hope that y'all really like these videos, and that you are, anybody out there that's watching these that has chickens, that's taking care of animals, you know, feel free to use these ideals. I don't mind at all. You don't have to reference with me. I just think that they're, that one, especially the bottom trap door, that's gonna be a lifesaver. I mean, it really is. I can put something underneath there to catch it if I want, to compost it, or just let it fall on the ground. But it's gonna be really great. I think that's gonna be, it's gonna be great. I don't know how else to say it. I just really think that not having to reach in there and handle things that are nasty makes life that much easier. And if I'm gonna build something, I might as well build it exactly the way I want. That's why I'm really taking my time on this back section and making sure that I've got everything exactly how I want. If you like this video, feel free to use it. There's going to be at least a part 2, maybe even a part 3. We'll just have to see how the rest of it goes, how much detail I pay to the rest of it, and we'll leave it there. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good night, and make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want an update on this. I'm going to make a separate library for this 2 or 3 part build, and we appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a good night.